Hip Hop 2000. A lot going on this week in our Hip Hop Week here on MTV, not only on television, but also on the internet. Matter of fact, you can catch MTV Online's Ultimate Hip Hop Talent Search if you go to hiphop.mtv.com and check out how you could win yourself a recording deal with Loud Records. That's something very dope going on. And other things as well. We have a great show. Ed, let me toss it back to you and get this thing going.
Alright, since we've been trying to define what hip-hop means to each of us, we put together a little something on hip-hop culture. Y'all check this out.
Hip-hop was made by God, and it's for everyone.
Hip-hop is a broad art form, and it's been going for 20 years. It's like a voice for the kids.
Its evolution is from a poetic standpoint, is real obvious. You see that subject matter has become a lot more intense.
It's storytelling, and it's emotional. You know, it's like musical poetry to me.
It's just like more witty and creative, and people have grown up with it.
When rap came out, by it being a direct verbal assault, it's about life and reality. It's not politically correct.
People in the hip-hop culture love it because it's real and it's true to them. I think people outside of it are fascinated by it and they're scared of it.
Rap didn't only mean that you had an attitude or a problem. It means that you can express yourself on how you feel.
We right now hold the voice of the culture.
A lot more so than rock music ever was.
Hip-hop is a rebel music. It's a reinvention of rock and roll.
When I saw that Run DMC also combined rock and roll in the Walk This Way,
It opened up a lot of doors, made people who might not have ordinarily appreciated rap open their eyes to it.
Everything revolves around a beat, man. These barriers are broke down, you know, like crossing over. I think people in rock and roll are feeling hip-hop, and I think people in hip-hop are feeling rock and roll.
I love what Everlast just did. The rock combination of Korn and some of the hip-hop influence they use in theirs, and of course what the Beastie Boys does. If you look at the Backstreet Boys and Britney Spears, it's the same thing. They're dancing. It has the hip-hop element, but yet it's pop. You had someone come along like me. I brought fun and dance and production and accessibility. Hammer time. Hip-hop music marries into what you call the pop culture today because it becomes the pop culture.
Film and television want somebody hip. They go into the hippest thing out, which is hip-hop. And they find people who are good spokespeople and they put them out there.
If you try to sell anything in America, one of the first places you have to go is to the hip-hop community. They want what's on television, and you got to hope that they endorse you.
Hip-hop has come to the point where it's mature. Master P, Puff, Jermaine Dupri, Jay-Z, and all these kids own their own labels, understanding what publishing is, production companies are. They shine, and I'm happy for that. It took 20 years damn near for us to actually see it.
It's still the #1 voice amongst almost all of American youth, and when they make a statement, it influences the world.
Alright, that's a little something we put together on hip-hop culture. You felt that, boss? You felt that, Rock? I especially like the part with LL with the hat. My hat is like a Sharks fan. That was ill, alright? Our next guests have been watching this culture evolve since the beginning. Give it up for Run DMC.
A friend of mine asked me to say some MC rhyme, so I said this rhyme I'm about to say. The rhyme was there, but then it went this way. Took a test to become an MC, and our couple came amazed at me, so they put me inside his cat to laugh. The show would drove forth and we never came back. Cut the record down to the bone, and now they got me rocking on the microphone.
That's right.
Talking on the grass, tears and laughs, champagne, caviar, and bubble baths.
Welcome to Hip Hop 2000. Sit it down, brother. We gotta talk. Now, Run, you were responsible for a lot of this music being taken to the next level. You saw it evolve. Did you ever imagine that it would become the big music that it is right now?
Well, I'm just happy to still be a part of it, you know what I'm saying? I never had the vision for it being even as big as when I got it to, because my whole thing when I came out was I just wanted it to play on Hollis on the cassette. So that was important for me. And then after it played on Hollis on the cassette in front of people, my next thing was I just wanted to play in New York. But next thing you know, I was going to North Carolina, and I've been as far as Beirut now, and it's huge, and Busta Rhymes is like my man. I'm feeling him.
Word up, no doubt. What? Round of love right here.
Yeah, I was one of those that you passed the baton to, though.
Word up.
Word up.
Now, what would you say, Rozelle, was the biggest change in hip-hop that you've seen?
The biggest change was Rakim. To me, in the early days, Rakim made everybody go back to the lab. Big Daddy came and everybody go back to the lab. So it's all about your lyrics had to be creative. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't about it wasn't the 1, 2, 3. It was the 1, 2, 3. You know what I mean?
All right, I feel that. We got a question. Got a question from a young lady in the audience. What's your name and what's your question?
Hi, I'm Shirley. In the past, hip-hop hasn't gotten the recognition it deserved at the Grammys. Do you think that now that Lauryn Hill won the Album of the Year, which she definitely deserves, do you think that now rap music is going to get the credit it deserves?
I think it's definitely getting the credit, especially with Lauren said at the end, and all this from hip-hop. I'm happy she represented that way to let people know that she's one of us. And I believe that's what's going to make the difference. When you got these big stars like a Run DMC or Busta Rhymes, and we come out in the midst of whatever else is going on, whether it's rock and roll or, classical, when we come out and stand up for what we down with, it gets bigger and bigger.
No doubt, definitely.
No doubt. How do you think, Busta, how do you think hip-hop has affected the rest of the industry?
I think hip hop has affected the rest of the industry on a constructive level, like to the extreme, because like more so now than any other time in the whole history of my career in hip hop, and what I've been able to see as an apprentice becoming a professional, so called. You know what I'm saying? It's like I see a lot of people now that ain't college degree kids getting jobs and not really having to go through the so-called systematic routine and still be let down. Hip-hop has been able to fulfill a lot of dreams and destinies, man, for the less fortunate, you know what I'm saying?
And once again, we are all eating of hip-hop. When we come back, we got a lot more to talk about the future of hip-hop, and we're going to pass the mic. Don't go anywhere. It's Hip-Hop 2000, Hip-Hop Week continues. Best baby.
Blue with a gold trim. We're in. We didn't get much chance to see Tyson. From what little we've seen, Mike Tyson in his pro career, down goes Singleton again, left up to perpetual motion machine. So this is what's going to last. Trent Singleton in all sorts of trouble. We're already in round one. The referee humanely